Okay, it's doing it. It's doing it. Good afternoon and welcome back to Indian Field. I'm Adam Bell for Charlton Sportsnet with the Coach Marchman Show, our second edition, Coach. I tell you, you and I were talking about it off camera, something I'm pretty excited about. You broke a record for our coaches shows for all sports. I was checking our Facebook page, well, 1,200 views, Coach, for that preseason show. That's pretty awesome.
I guess we have to give the credit to Trey Cribb. Trey Cribb was here, so
everybody
wanted to see him. So thank you, Trey Cribb, for bringing in the hits.
He brought the hits, that's for sure. 1,200 views. We had almost 600 that night. I mean, fantastic, Coach. I appreciate you doing it with us.
Hey, listen, I'm happy for you that you're getting the hits. I'm also happy that people are interested to know what's going on with Charlton County baseball. So it's I appreciate it, and I'm glad people are watching.
Cool, very cool. Hey, Coach, let's dive right into it. You after the show, you had Ware County, the scrimmage game. Y'all come out of there with a win. I was following on your Indians Twitter page. I was following it. You guys were up there, and it looked like a back-and-forth shootout up there in Ware County.
Well, yeah, we like I said in the preview show, we wanted to see a lot of people play in that game. We definitely wanted to see a lot of pitchers. And when you do that, you're going to run into the chance where, someone's going to have a rough outing or be a little bit nervous, and we had a lot of that going on. So, we made some errors. They made some errors. We walked a bunch of people. They walked a bunch of people. We were fortunate to get a big hit late, a big home run from Sean Russell to put us right back in the game. And then some heads-up base running, by a couple of people allowed us to tie it up or stay right there in the game. And then we had a freshman, Geiger, get the game-winning hit. So, I was proud of them for battling back. Because we gave up a big run. We had a big inning where we gave up, I think, 7 runs in like the 5th.
And they battled back into that.
Well, not immediately though. As soon as we gave up 7 runs, we came back to hit, and they struck out the side. And so it's not a good way to respond to that. But fortunately for us, their pitcher had a little bit of trouble with command. He walked some people, and then Sean Russell. Made them pay with a big home run that put us right back in it.
And that got it going.
Yep, and then we were able to push across and hold it down in the end for the win. So I was proud of them for coming back, but we did whole lot of things to allow that game to be that tight that late.
Very cool, Coach. And then you come back regular season. That was a scrimmage game.
Right. Regular season
last Monday. You open up in Long County, not the way we wanted to go, but still experienced kids building themselves up.
Yeah, we've talked about the PowerPoints before, and every win's a must-win for single A teams. So we talked that we really needed to win that game, and we went in there to do that. We got a unbelievable, gutsy pitching performance from Trent Gray. I think he threw 4 innings, maybe 5 innings, 65 pitches in 5 innings, I think, and just did a great job. But their pitchers did better, and we weren't able to capitalize with runners in scoring position in the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th. We couldn't get the big hit when we needed it. Right. And, I just explained to the team that, good teams come through at those times, especially when they're down. And to Long's credit, they beat us in all aspects of the game. They hit the ball better. They played defense better. And in the end, they ended up pitching better too. We made 3 or 4 errors that were costly, and they were able to string together 3 or 4 hits there late, and that was the difference.
Yeah.
But we didn't even score. So when you don't score, you got to give credit to the other team for playing a good game, and they really did. And I think we missed on some opportunities, but they beat us, and I'm not happy about it. And we're going to try to get better so that doesn't happen again. I definitely don't want to lose, but there's something about being shut out that makes it feel even worse.
Makes it feel a little worse.
Yeah. So we got some improvement to do, and we're gonna work to improve and get better, and we'll play them again, and I'm sure they're going to improve too. I think they're missing a couple players due to basketball right now, so they'll be even better next time we play them. But
and that'll be here next time.
Yep. But that's fine. We're up to the challenge, and we look forward to improving, and we'll see them again.
All right, then the following Tuesday, we finally got to hook up with y'all on CSN, going down the border where we've been after Hilliard to go down there and string baseball for them for several years. Finally got permission. They were great hosts, set me up in the outfield.
Good.
You know, nice camera shots, and we loved it. Had a good time. You guys responded well. The Hilliard kept battling back, especially late.
Well, you know, Hilliard's got a new head coach, and you know, so that's probably had something to do with your ability to get down there and stream. That they were able to they're going a different route now, and that was an improved Hilliard team from last year when we played them. And you know, I thought that their pitchers did a pretty good job. I felt like that we capitalized on some mistakes they had. I think the final was
6-5, I believe.
It was 9-5.
9-5.
9-5, yeah. But it was, you know, we were up, and we just, you know, I think we were up 5-0, and we just didn't keep putting the pressure on, and that's something we got to do better. Mm-hmm. We got to continue to apply pressure to teams when we have the advantage, and we didn't do that. And to their credit, they battled back and were able to score some runs, and kind of the same situation that was at Ware County we ran into at Hilliard. You know, we put some people out there. You know, let's go see what you can do in this situation. And we had a hard time throwing strikes, a few walks, and when you walk people, you're asking for trouble.
And it creates opportunities for the other team.
Absolutely, lots of opportunities, and so they were able to battle back in the game. But then we responded with a couple more runs late, and we needed the win, and I was proud of the win. And anytime you win on the road, you got to feel good about it. So I was proud of the team for coming back and getting the win after a disappointing loss at Long County. So back-to-back road games are tough too, but you just it's what you got to do. You know?
Just got to battle through it, don't
that's
you?
Right.
I thought at the end of the game, the only thing about being in the outfield of the Hilliard was I didn't have a regular roster. I mean, I had y'all's full roster, but not a lineup. But it was Bailey who closed out that game for you, right?
Right.
In Hilliard.
Yeah.
And I thought that was interesting how that whole last inning played out because we struggled a little bit with some walks there. You pulled the young man and put Bailey in there, and he comes in there and does a good job with runners in scoring position.
I believe it was bases loaded, nobody out.
Yeah.
I think it was a situation, and Shikario Bailey came in and threw 9 strikes. Whap, whap, just filling up the strike zone. And he struck out the first 2 guys and went 0-2 on the next guy, and we wanted to get him on the next pitch, and he ended up fouling it off and ended up flying out to Keyshawn in right field, and that was the game. So I was very proud of him. You know, another thing about that is we're, as a young team, we're continuing to learn and try to get better and respond to pressure and things like that. But in every one of our games, we've had contributors up and down the roster.
Right.
You know, it hasn't just been 9. It's been 11, 12, 13 players who were in the game and playing key parts in the game. And so with us able to do that this early in the season, it's only going to serve us later down the road. These guys are going to have some experience and some confidence. And so once again, you know, we made some mistakes in that Hilliard game, but we got some people in there, and we're hoping to capitalize on that experience later on down the road.
Especially in region play, with region play coming up tomorrow.
Yep.
Live right here versus Wilcox. So it's going to come in handy right out of the gate with the region play. You've got Wilcox tomorrow and Atco Friday.
Okay. Yeah.
So big region. I know you're on the road also Wednesday to Frederica, correct?
Wednesday or Thursday, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I know tomorrow. I know we have a game
You're worried
tomorrow.
about tomorrow.
Yeah,
I know that's you, Coach.
Yeah.
For as long as I've known you, worried about next week or next game, not anything else. Real quick, you had Brantley County in town Friday. That was the 6-5 game.
Yep.
That was the 6-5 game. And I was doing the play-by-play up there, and that they had again last inning runners in scoring position. And I was worried they hit a fly ball out here beyond shortstop, and I even said on the mic, I didn't think Rodeffer was going to make it in to get it, and Herring comes out of nowhere and made that clutch catch out there.
You know, that one worried me too off the bat with the bases loaded. I think they had the bases loaded with 2 outs, and And once again, we brought Shikario in there in a tough spot, and he responded well by throwing strikes again and mixing it up a little bit. But I'll tell you, like, as soon as that ball came off the bat, Tristan called that ball.
Did he?
Like, as soon as it was hit, he called it immediately. So when it come off the bat, it looked like trouble to me too.
Yeah.
But he made the call as soon as it came off the bat.
Did he? Okay.
So he got to pick up on it early, and he made a nice play. We hit the ball better on Friday. Still not what we want. We still got to cut down on strikeouts, especially strikeouts looking. That's something that we definitely got to improve on. But we got a couple of key hits when we needed it, and once again, we ran 4 or 5 pitchers out there, and just
it's been by committee a little bit early in the year.
We didn't get everything we wanted out of them, okay, but we threw 4 pitchers, and none of them had their best stuff on that day, and we still found a way to win. So that's good, and that's
the
what
bottom line.
you got to.
You want the W.
You got to find a way to win even when you don't feel your best.
Right.
And that's going to happen. You can't feel your best every single day, but you still got to play. And we did a good job of that and finding a way to win. And we just need to continue to mature a little bit, make sure that our energy level and our effort levels is max. And, we'll continue to improve. And we got a long way to go. We got a lot of improving to do.
It's not a sprint.
But, we're going to get tested real quick tomorrow against a good team.
They're a solid Region 2 team in the Wilcox Patriots coming to town. This weather, I know, I see the tribe over here in the football practice area practicing. We've had a little bit of rain this weekend. Actually, it was drizzling a little bit while I was setting up. So, the weather's not cooperating with you on the practice side of things, but I see you over there getting it done out there in the football practice field.
Yeah, that's our junior high over there. They're practicing. The plan was to have them on the field.
Oh, is that the junior high?
That's the junior high, yeah. That's who's over there. We plan on having them out here on the field today, but it's just it doesn't look too bad on the camera here.
Yeah, I know, it looks nice and clean.
Yeah, but the clay's really wet and sticky right now, so we would just tear it up right now if we got on it. Plus, they'd be sliding all over the place. So we got to find a way to do things in the cage and off to the side and get our throwing work in. We can be in the outfield and things like that. So.
All about adjustments.
Yeah, it's not good that they don't get to be on the field today because they kind of look forward to getting the field. But we're making do, and they're getting after it out there, so that's a good thing too. Proud of Coach Jones and Coach Sauls for what they're doing with that junior high team. They're working hard with them, and they're getting after it, so that's good.
Yeah, I believe we're carrying them live here Wednesday.
Okay.
We're going to carry the Braves, then we have the Maidens Thursday, and then back to you guys Friday with the Rebels coming to town. I know you're not even thinking about the Rebels yet. What are you looking out of Wilcox tomorrow night, Coach? And we haven't seen a whole lot of them yet this year, obviously.
Well, Wilcox is a well-coached team. They'll be prepared to play tomorrow, and they have a little different belief in themselves this year than they had before. I think that they have a feeling of arrival, like now is the time for them to be better, be a good team, and they are a good team. And they got a perennial first-team player on that team who's a pitcher, and he can really swing it. So it's going to be tough for us. And we have we got a little bit of a hill to climb against them because they'll be ready to play and they're improved from last year, and they believe a little bit too. So we just gotta we're at home. You gotta win at home. So we gotta take care of business, play like we need to play, continue to improve, get those key hits, and just work towards victory. And that's the plan for tomorrow. So I expect a good baseball game tomorrow night. But we got work cut out for us.
Well, as far as I know, you don't give a whole lot away. Do we already know the lineup for tomorrow? Or is that more of a game day situation?
That's a good question, and it kind of depends. Right now, we have some decisions to make. Trent Grace, he's going to be on the mound tomorrow. I can tell you that right now. He's going to be our guy tomorrow. He's ready to go. He pitched an inning on Friday, and wasn't happy with his performance, and quite frankly, neither was I, because that's not what we expect from him. We expect him to come in and manage the game immediately, right. And he just had a little tough time finding his stuff on on Friday, but he worked out of a jam and he got out of it, and
Right.
we were able to seal the win. So I expect him to be refocused and ready to go tomorrow and give us a good game. And he's at the point now where he can just go. And we're going to let him go as long as he can. So we do know that. We'll have Trent on the mound tomorrow. But, other than that, we're just going to try to put together a lineup that's going to give us the best chance to score some runs
There you go.
and play good defense behind our pitcher. And that's the game.
That's awesome, and I love that with the standard you set when you're talking about Trent, the way you're talking about. You expect him to, and he's just a sophomore, correct?
No, Trent's a junior.
Trent's a junior
Yeah.
now. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay. My mistake. Well,
Yeah.
he definitely he's feeling that pressure then, but he's a grown young man, and he's obviously been out here performing. He had a heck of a season last year, so he knows what's expected from the team. And
That's right. It's his time, and he needs to grab a hold of it and take it all in and lead. That's what we expect of him. He knows we expect that of him, and I think that's what he expects out of himself. So I don't expect anything more than just a good quality start from him tomorrow. That's what I think he's going to do, and his teammates will respond behind him, and we'll go for the win.
offensive side of the ball, how's your lineup working out? I know it's always an adjustment. You got some guys kind of settling in on the offensive side of the ball in the lineup, or is it still kind of?
Well, no. I wish. That at this point, after 3 or 4 games, you would think things are settling in. There's a way that we think it's going to go. From what we see at practice, but then when the game comes around, you gotta perform. And right now we're having some performance issues when it comes to the offensive side of the game. And but I tell you, a couple people are stand out right now is Sean Russell and Key Hobbs. Those two guys have, Sean's shown some good plate discipline. He's driven in runs, and because of that, he's moved up in the lineup. And the same way with Keyshawn. He just has a whole new outlook on the game. To start this season off, I feel like he's a little more intense. He's a little more focused, and maybe that has something to do with maturity. I don't know, but right now, he's a guy who I'm confident when he steps in the box, and I think he's got a plan, and he's been doing a good job for us lately, and the same with him. He's starting to creep up in the lineup as well. But there's other people that we're in similar positions this year they are last year. You got to work things out, and you got a little bit of time to work things out. But if you don't work them out pretty quick, we got to start making some changes because the season goes by like that. Yeah. And you got to perform every time you go out there. Especially when it's the power ranking system.
That's what I was just.
And you got to win every single game.
Important.
That's right. So we got to find a way to put them in a way that's going to help us win. And we want to have as few mental lapses as possible, like missing signs and not being aware and not running out balls and things like that. And we are a young team, and so we're working through those things. But I think we are getting better at it, and I've seen a couple things, some good base running. Shikario, the guy who closed out the last 2 games, he had his fly ball in fly ball versus Brantley. Yeah. It was an infield fly ball, and it had been very easy for him to just jog down. Oh, I'm out, but we were on him to hustle it out, and he was standing on second base when the ball hit the ground.
Right here on
that's something right there that takes no skill.
Yeah.
You just either choose to give your best or you choose not to. It's really a choice. And in that situation, those type of things make me very proud. When a guy is just going to give you all he's got, even when it looks bleak. And that's one of those things. A pop up on infield, probably going to be an out.
Routine call.
All we ask you to do is just run as hard as you can. Yeah. If not, if you get out, fine. You can just come to the dugout, sit down, get some water, and get your breath. Right? All it is a sprint. So, but those type of things, if we, those little things make a big difference in the end, and perhaps we can continue to do those type of things, those little things that make bad teams good and good teams great.
Right. It's that little thing in a game because it's like a chess match. especially when you go up, like against the Wilcoxes, the Irwins of the region. It's the little interest.
Well, if you think about this particular example that I gave you,
yeah,
we won the game 6-5. Chicago hit a fly ball in the infield and ran to second base.
Standing on second.
He's standing on second base, and he scored.
Right.
So if we don't have that hustle, that effort, who knows what happens with the outcome of the game?
Exactly. He would have been maybe on first and not second.
That's correct. And maybe wouldn't have scored. But those things right there really get me excited when guys can just, you know what, it's time to play. I'm in between the lines. Let's just go. Let's just get after it.
Let it go.
A couple hours, just get after it, and then you can rest. You can rest when the game's over.
That's why they put in all the work. They put in all this work, 5-6 hours sometimes you guys are practicing for a 2-hour ball game, but that's when you want to turn it on.
That's correct. That's when it's got to happen.
Fans are watching. You're on the internet. I mean, get out there and show out. I wanted to ask you a baseball question, but it's not for GHSA. It's MLB. I wanted to run this by you. I saw last week MLB has decided to minimum pitching three batters for a pitcher now. What are your thoughts on that?
That's a good rule. I think it's a good rule. There is an exception to that rule. If there's 2 outs and the pitcher comes in and gets that batter out, then he can be done. He don't have to come out the next inning. But I think it's a good rule. It helps speed up the game. It improves the tempo of the entire game. Mm-hmm. And
is that mainly why the rule was brought in, was to speed up the game?
Absolutely. That's the only reason why. Okay. That is the reason why. It's to speed up the game a little bit. And I think it's a good rule. To come in to throw to one batter and then take a guy out just because you got 25 guys on the roster to do that with. Let's let them play. And see what happens. They're professionals. So if he's good enough to get 1 out, man, he should be good enough to get 3. I think it's a good rule.
Is that a rule you think will trickle down?
Well, no, because we don't have the resources. Right, we don't have the resources. I don't have 7 pitchers sitting on the bench just waiting to get in the game. Yeah. My 7 pitchers are on the field. One's playing center field, one's playing first base, so no, I don't see that happening in high school baseball.
Very cool, Coach.
And plus, you already have the pitch count rule that's involved that minimizes the number of pitches. So, I just don't think it's something that's going to happen at this level.
I think it'll just stay at MLB.
Yeah, minor leagues.
Most likely.
Yeah, minor leagues and MLB. Yeah.
All right, Coach. Well, I appreciate it as usual. You got any fundraisers, anything going on right now?
No, we know a lot of people have ordered the Tribe Time T-shirts and the Blackout T-shirts, and we'll have those all orders. We'll have those ready in about a week from now, I think. So just look for those. Other than that, tomorrow night's game is 75-cent hot dog night.
Hot dog, right.
So come to the game.
I need one.
Get you a hot dog for 75 cents, and we'll see that. We're going to have at tomorrow's game. I don't know if we had them last Friday, but we'll have hats. Like the one we're both wearing. We'll have these for sale, and also the Tribe Time T-shirts that the players wear on the field and things like that. So if you want to get some baseball apparel, some Charlton County apparel or swag, whatever you want to call it, then come on out to the game tomorrow night, and you'll be able to get it.
I actually had a fan ask last week when you brought up the jerseys that Trey Quibb, our star, was wearing last week.
Yeah.
Michael Taylor asked, could he order those online? And I told him I would ask you, so is there a place that Indian fans could go that are out there, not locally, that can order your gear?
Yeah, you can send me an email.
Send you an email.
That's right.
Send Coach an email, y'all. I'll forward it to him.
That's right.
You want to give your email out public? I'll do it. I'll do mine, and I'll forward it to you.
Yeah, that'll be fine. Or you can send it to Charlton Sportsnet, and then he'll let me know, and we'll place an order for you. And I mean, it's not be as quick as Amazon, but it's definitely a way you can do it. And plus, you can always come to the school or come to a game, and we can get that stuff to you.
Fantastic, Coach. I appreciate it as usual.
Thanks again.
We'll see you tomorrow night, and I guess next Coach's Show we talked about every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So we'll do one again in a couple of weeks and get caught back up.
All right, well, we need to go get this win tomorrow, so we'll have some good stuff to talk about.
I hear you, Coach. Well, thanks a lot. Good luck tomorrow night. Thank y'all for watching the Coach Marchman Show. We'll see y'all tomorrow live with Cox County Patriots right here. Y'all get up here and let's support the Tribe.